Alright, so let's talk about how do we add CSS to HTML. Now, there are different editors that you can use to edit CSS, to edit HTML. You can use VS Code, which is very popular. You can also use Sublime Text to edit. So if you're using Sublime Text, you can create a folder, drag that folder to Sublime. You can do the same thing with VS Code, and you can do things there. So for example, I have let's do this. So I'll create a simple folder. I'll switch to my desktop view so you can see it. So let me go ahead and create a new folder, and let's just call it a demo folder. So I'm going to rename the folder. You can drag this to, this is for me Sublime Text, and you can create a new file. And for example, I can just call it index.html, save it. So there it is. Now, Sublime, as well as if you install some plugins of VS Code, will do these things based on the file extension. Instead of you typing every single thing, which you could, it kind of remembers some of the general syntax. So for example, if I do HTML and press tab in Sublime, it automatically fills these things, which is really cool. All right, so here I'll put the title tag as, let's say, CSS demo. All right, so let's just put some simple HTML. This is my heading 1, and I'll create some paragraph. And maybe I'll have a link. Now, if I'm using Sublime, you can do right-click and include Open Browser, and it will open that up in the browser. So again, this is the browser's rendering of my HTML. Pretty cool, right? Now, there are 3 ways that you can add CSS. One is you add CSS directly here and say, okay, I'm going to style this and make the color, for example, red. You can do that. And if I go here and if I reload, notice that it became red. You can do other things, but this inline where you add style directly in the HTML is very, very, very bad. So you should never do that. Okay? Here's another way. Okay, I'm not going to purchase. You can add style directly in the head. Okay, this is method 2. For me personally, I like to do this when I have a brand new HTML. But once I'm done, I usually put this style as a separate CSS file, and then I link it here using the style sheet. Well, actually using the link. And then you put the link to the CSS. So let me comment that out. Notice I can do command / and it comments things out. So that's this is called external CSS, where you put the CSS as an external file. For me, again, personally, when I have a small HTML and when I'm working on something new, I like to just do it here because instead of going back and forth between that file and another file, I find that it's easier just to do it here. And once I'm done, just to copy this and put it as an external. Okay, so let's do it here for now. So here I can select different elements, and I can, for example, say color red, or let's do orange. Okay, and if I go here, reload the page, there it is. It's orange. Okay, I can also, if I want to make, hey, H1 and the paragraph, I can use comma, and that turns orange too, right? I can put a background color if I want, green, and there it is.